Welcome to Angie Chats and Tarot. Hello, Libras. Let's get to your message. Thanks for joining me here. I really appreciate it. Thank you to all of you who have supported this channel. What's your message today? Remember, not everything's going to resonate. Take what does. Leave the rest. Take what helps you to help yourself. You are in charge of what you let in and what you don't in life. Libras, please. Here we go. Please like this video. Subscribe to the channel. Comment. Come on now, here we go. We have a lot of goals right now. Knight of Wands in the reverse. Maybe too many. Too much on your mind, too much on your plate as far as what you want to accomplish. I feel like Spirit's saying, yeah, narrow that down. It's a little bit lengthy, that list. 8 of Pentacles in the reverse, yeah. But it's something about I also just not wanting to work anymore, too. Let's get it. What's the message? Growth. Growth is the message. Growth. Growth. A diamond. Knight of Pentacles. Being on your own. Right now, I see you are actually quite successful. Successful enough to give to others. So successful. And just have a plenty for you. Okay, so... why such a long to-do list? Temperance. Balance. Find the balance here. It's like some sort of loss of identity, feeling like a loss of identity here. Oh, without your work, you have a loss of identity. Remember, you're not your work. Queen of Pentacles, get grounded on this. You are not what you do. That's what it is. You're not working right now. You're doing quite well, but you're being hard on yourself instead of enjoying this time. Queen of Wands, the Lovers in the reverse. Yeah, here you are, the Queen of Wands. I mean, there is no one more dynamic, beautiful, can flip a room in an instant by walking into it, flip the dynamics. Incredible, incredible energy, incredible person. All eyes on you, always ablaze with some new idea. Yeah, I see a lot of new ideas, but something about it feels off right now. You're not recognizing who you are. You've forgotten who you are. You're incredible. You're the crowned queen. Okay, whether you're male or female, you're the crowned queen. The 5 of Pentacles, but you're feeling lack. What is happening, Libra? You're the master of balance. What's happening? Like third eye. Look at yourself through your third eye. Remember who you are. Too many rules. Remember what sets you apart. What sets your soul on fire. What is your defining? What defines you? King of Swords in the reverse. I feel like that's somebody else's energy. Or you're not talking. You're not talking at this moment. You're not strategizing. Yeah, just not thinking clearly about who you are. Not thinking clearly right now. What's going on? There's a lot of confusion right now about self. Yen, start letting things happen. You know, come towards you. The good is meant to find you. Don't worry so much. Analysis paralysis. It's been a running theme in the reads today. Why? This is asking yourself, what are your motivations? Why are you motivated? In what way? Oh, I feel like crying. What's going on, Libra? What's going on? You need a hug. 4 of Wands. You need a reason to celebrate. You need a hug. Tough times, but you surfaced. You beat the tough times. You surfaced, and now you're saying, now what? 2 of Pentacles. You want to get busy with other things. blockages in the sacral chakra. That's emotions. Toxicity. I feel like the toxicity is behind you, but you're still carrying it with you, which means every day you feel like you still have it. Three of Wands, the Four of Swords. They're both in the reverse. You're not thinking enough of yourself. You haven't given yourself enough credit. You think you haven't been seen, but you have. And for some of you, you've been seen by your match, the King of Wands. Prayer. Prayer will help. I hear prayer will help. Star energy, that's healing energy. That's wishes granted. That's the big wishes granted. Do you have 8 big wishes? If you count them, are there 8? There's something about you. You're extraordinarily beautiful, but for some reason, you're just not seeing that. You're just seeing something that really isn't that. It has something to do with your sacral chakra, your emotions. And maybe people you've been with emotionally have dragged you down or led you to believe that you're lacking in some way. Spirit says nothing could be further from the truth. Let's get to advice here. Remember who you are. Be loyal to self. Remember where you've come from. Pray. 8 of Wands. Energy is slow here, so you can take this time that you need for self. A lot of people watch you, and they may not admit it, but you give them life, okay, in a new direction. If they follow you, or if they try and be more like you, or if they try and live their life like you don't realize how many lives you've changed for the better. 9 of Cups in the reverse. Wishes. You feel like wishes haven't been granted here. Loss of hope. Yeah, I feel loss of hope in this read. I feel a lot of sadness here. Let's get to advice. And I also feel a little bit nauseous. Remember, you're the Empress. There's a back and forth, like how you're feeling and how Spirit sees you, how the world sees you. Remember who you are. I know I keep repeating that, but be happy in your happiness, in your ability to enjoy being, enjoy time for self, time with self. Truth. What's the truth of the matter? Speak it out. Speak it clearly. Truth. Someone that you thought was your match, but isn't. They maybe put you down. They appeared to be the emperor to your empress, but they weren't. They were a false emperor. Don't go down with the ship here. Recognize the false emperor and say, I detach from that energy. That energy needs to work on self. That energy has their negativity, and their treatment of me is for them to work out. And I detach from that. I detach from their opinions that were negative, their treatment that was negative. Put it back on them. These are issues they have. These are their responsibilities to work through. And I'm over here now liberated. Tough. Not saying it's easy, but start small, working your way through that. Work your way through all that thick cobweb, okay? That sticky web. that they've weaved around you. Page of Swords, this is cutting through that web with the truth. Page of Swords often is very, they're bold, and they're holding a sword, and they're, pages are communication, and they're vibrant, and they're precocious, and they seek out the truth, and they cut down that web. Don't have yourself be so immersed in somebody else's opinions of you. Cut the ties there, that sticky web. Remember who you are. Spend time in the mirror. Look at yourself. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. A lot of quieting of the mind. And work on self. Work on self. Because you even have a distorted view when you look in the mirror. You're seeing what they've told you for maybe years. Start telling yourself a different narrative while you're looking at yourself in the mirror. Start detaching from that voice that is theirs. Yeah, you're definitely in recovery mode here. And this could be, somebody from your workplace even. The Chariot. Remember who you are, and the energy starts moving. Start positive mantras about yourself that you just continually repeat. When you hear something negative that's coming from that voice or that past experience, that past group, rework the dialogue. Say the exact opposite of what you hear. Rework it so it's positive towards self. Heart chakra work as well. Knight of Pentacles. It's a slow process. Wow. Seven of Swords to work through the lies. Yeah, but you're all about the truth here. You're going to get there. You're going to get there. Just remember, you are this energy. The Empress and the Queen of Wands. There is no more dynamic, beautiful, change the room and its energy in a dime because you walked into that room. There's no more beautiful energy than that. So someone was trying to hold you back, maybe jealous, don't buy into their lies. Know your truth. Know who you are. Remember who you are. Don't buy into their gameplay about you. If they said, like some of them I hear were saying this, for your own good, okay? Just for their own good. Because you're so dynamic, they couldn't freaking handle it. You're so dynamic, they could not stand next to you and feel good about self. That's on them. That's their responsibility. So it's a breaking from this. It's not your responsibility what they told you. And don't take on what they told you as truth. Gold digger, we see that you've been quite successful. They don't want to be seen, too. This gold digger does not want to be called out and spy. Someone's got their eye on you, doing their research. Yeah, you could be in the public eye. I think maybe they were a spy. As a gold digger, they were also spying on you. They didn't want to be found out. And maybe that was part of it, that they were found out, and so they had a lot of comments about you. And for some reason, you've really taken it to heart. And I feel like Spirit's saying, cut ties there mentally as you cut ties there physically. Don't engage with that dialogue still. That dialogue was never true to begin with. Don't keep hearing that dialogue or replaying that dialogue or thinking about that dialogue, wondering if there are parts of it that are true, wondering if it's all true. Disengage. Know yourself. Sexuality, this person also could be someone still figuring themselves out. Okay, some clues to them maybe. Or, here's a classic trick, is to say you're that way when actually it's that person that's telling you. It's actually them trying to, divert attention, or, maybe it's an area that they're still figuring out and uncomfortable with, but they project onto you about it. Keep those scenarios in mind. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. Could be dealing with the fire sign here. Narcissist. For sure you're dealing with a narcissist. That goes without saying. Someone that's full of themselves. That next to you, there weren't any big shakes. And that's why they came for you mentally. So don't be sad about this. Be grateful. Be grateful for this break. And I don't mean, a short time. I mean the break from them. Be grateful the narcissist is no longer in your life. And certainly don't let the narcissist dialogue continue in your head. They'll be back. Expect to hear from them soon. Yeah, they probably don't give up. They can't believe you don't think more of them. They may try and win you back romantically. You're too smart for this. Too smart. As you remember who you are. Earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn here. I feel like that could be somebody who's a good friend of yours that could help you be grounded throughout this kind of rough time. I keep going and keep going to the sea. You're on the right path by separating yourself from this energy and being too hard on yourself. You're protected, you're watched over. You've looked at this path very carefully. Is this the right one? And I feel like the liberated path is the right one. By the book. That's things that are tried and true. Not reinventing the wheel. A gift. That's coming back to yourself and remembering who you are. Receiving support. Come back to the support you once knew. Maybe you took a break from them, but I think you got off course. Come back to the support. Something about come back to the true support. Libras. A few more. Things develop unexpectedly. What's that about? I just think this turnaround in your mind, if you take it in steps, take it at a pace that's comfortable. I see you, I value you. I feel like this is you saying this to you and getting to that point. That's what develops unexpectedly, is a remembrance of self and appreciation of self. Negotiate. No more people pleasing. I feel like they like to negotiate this past energy, past people, past connections. And definitely you were people pleasing. Your purpose is on the other side of fear. Now maybe you're a little bit anxious to be by yourself, but I feel like that's definitely a good thing. I'm just going to split one more deck here. 7 of Wands. I think you've really gone through it, but you've come out on the other side, or you're on the verge of that. Yeah. Remembering self and noting that you're so strong. You're the last person standing. You're the last person standing. Remember who you are. That's your message, Libra. I hope it's been helpful. Please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment below. I feel for you here, but you've got this. You know how to balance this out. If any sign knows how to balance themselves back out and remember self, it's you. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, let's remember who we are, Libra. Let's remember who we are, and let's remember our self-worth. Thanks for joining me.